On episode 144 of He Said, She Said Movie Reviews, we take a look at the Netflix series The English Game. Welcome to He Said, She Said Movie Reviews. This is the podcast where a happily married couple with similar but different movie tastes take a quick, spoiler-free look at the movies, helping you make the right decision before your next movie. I'm your host, Tim.
And I'm April.
So we just saw the Netflix series, The English Game. I give this series 4 stars. And you, April?
I'm going to give it 4.
All right. This is the story about, it's set in England of 1879 with football still in its infancy. That's the rest of the world's football, not American football. And an amateur sport of upper-class teams led by the Old Etonians, who have dominated the early years of the FA Cup. But a revolution is brewing against the rules of the FA. James Walsh, the owner of a working-class side, Darwin Football Club, and the Associated Mill, secretly pays talented Scottish players Fergus Suter and Jimmy Love to join the team ahead of the Cup quarterfinals against the Old Etonians, whose roster features several members of the FA board, including the team captain. This is a 6-series part. The first 3 episodes were directed by Birgitte Stærmose, who's known for Darling and Room 304, and episodes 4 through 6 by Fywell, who's known for Happy Valley, the police drama that's set in England.
Yeah, we love that.
Dracula and Masters of Sex. He directed several episodes of that.
All right. The writers, let's talk about Julian Fellowes. He is amazing.
Yeah, this is a Julian Fellowes project. So.
Abbey, Gosford Park, and Prince and the Pauper. But this is the man for Downton Abbey.
Yeah, and there were 8 other writers involved in this, but Julian Fellowes was the main thing, and Netflix is advertising this as Julian Fellowes' next project. So,
well, he's amazing.
Oh, yeah, he is.
I need to find him, and we need to take him to dinner. He's amazing.
If you remember back to the episode for the Downton Abbey movie, both April and I are huge Downton Abbey fans.
Oh, my gosh, yes. And I can't say enough about The English Game. I'm getting a little teary-eyed. I absolutely loved it. The cast is Edward Holcroft, who plays Arthur, one of the main characters. If you don't remember, he was in both of the Kingsman movies. You've got Kevin Guthrie. He plays Fergus Suter, and he was in, was it Dunkirk?
Dunkirk, yeah.
Yeah,
and Fantastic Beasts, too. So.
I forgot about that. Then you've got Miss Charlotte Hope, who is amazing. She plays Margaret, Arthur's wife. She was in La Mise. She was in The Theory of Everything. She was also, fun fact, in The Nun.
Right.
So that's kind of fun. Then you've got Niamh Walsh, Craig Parkinson, James Harkness, Ben Batt, Gerard Kearns, Henry Lloyd-Hughes, Kerrie Hayes, and Janice Elmore, who had a part in Downton Abbey as well.
So this series is, like we said, it was 6 episodes, and those episodes were roughly 60 minutes each. So this is a 360-minute series, and there was no rating on it.
Okay. Let's just jump in. Other than the fact that I could keep saying, I love it, I loved it, I loved it. Anybody that knows us knows soccer we're obsessed with. It started with our daughter when she was 4, and it continues today. We were blessed with, she played for all kinds of teams and played in college, and it was just, we love soccer. Okay, so let me just say, this series, I don't know how they did it in 6 episodes, covered so much about love and life and goodness. And also, we learned so much about soccer in the beginning.
Yeah, well, that's one of the cool well, let's talk about that first. So this movie our series is based off of a true story. I mean, all these people were real people. They were very instrumental of what's modern today is modern day soccer. Soccer evolved in almost every country in the world in some form or another. But it was the English who in the 1800s put the rules to soccer.
And it was fascinating to learn all about the FA, the Football Association.
Yeah, so that was really cool. But what I really liked about this series too is there seemed to be 2 protagonists. You had what was really cool. You had 2 different guys, Arthur and Fergie, who were both protagonists, but they were each other's antagonists too, because they were on opposite teams, which was really cool. It made for a really neat sort of story.
And I think that's part of why I loved it so much.
And there was a great story arc for both of those characters.
Yes, and their growth. Everyone knows I love movies that show true growth, because that's really, in the end, that's what life is about. It's about your journey and how you take it, how you respond to it, and what you do with it. But both of these gentlemen, their stories, their characters, whoever cast these characters, you are amazing. I mean, there wasn't one character, in my opinion, that wasn't cast perfectly. And they just wove together so perfectly. I was mesmerized. We had turned it on and I just got pulled in and we had to binge it. I mean, I can't even stay up past 9:00 at night, but we were up till, 2 or 3. It was amazing. So I wanted to say that. And I just want to mention too, all the way down to the uniforms, Tim.
Oh yeah. The production value in this movie was really good. But we'll get to that in a second.
We will.
I want to bring up the theme and tone. If you're a fan of Julian Fellowes and Downton Abbey and everything, he's very good about showing the struggle in England between the working class and the upper elite. And once again, that's what the focus of this whole series was. They showed you the struggle of these working class teams versus the gentleman team, and how professional soccer
and it was fascinating.
came about. So, which class had more to lose in this game and in this series and stuff. So I thought that was very interesting.
And of course, the acting, the characters were perfect. Tim, what do you think about the direction?
Oh, I thought the directing was great. I mean, it was great. So all 6 episodes, there wasn't one that it was boring or slow. So, that goes to the pace. I mean, the pace really, this thing really moved along well. It covered about 1.5 years of time period in the 6 episodes. Right. So I thought that was great.
And I know you had something to say about the score.
Oh, I love the score. It was really the score had a very martial feel to it. It sounded like almost something that could have been in the Lord of the Rings type of. I love the score of it. I found myself humming it after watching the series.
Right.
So,
and just the cinematography, I want to talk about that. The shots of the English countryside, the old architecture, and I just loved this period piece, if you will, was done just almost to perfection.
When you think about how old England is compared to the United States, I mean, you have architecture in places that are thousands of years old,
right.
where here in the U.S., they're a couple hundred years old. So, I mean, they have this plethora of old, beautiful places where they can shoot period pieces.
And their table, even their dinner party, even their fancy clothes, all the way down to the working class.
Yeah, that goes back to the production value. Yeah. The costuming in this was fantastic.
It's just amazing.
It was really interesting because, as April said, we're a huge soccer family. Our daughter played all the way through college. And to see...
Almost through
college. Yeah.
And if it wasn't for the sportswear industry and her breaking in and...
Okay, you're being technical
her success,
now.
There you go.
No spoilers on her career yet. So.
We're waiting right now. She's heading off to Adidas World Headquarters in Germany, so... But
even seeing how they played soccer in there, it was... the invention of and how modern soccer came about. Everything.
The pace, the dialogue, and I want to take a minute and talk about the relationships, the marriage, the courtship, and another relationship leading up to a marriage. The relationships. Also, there is pain in this series, of course, as there is in life, but overall, for me, when it was over, I reflected on how good people are. And it feels good right now with everything we're going through. Particularly, it hit home for me. But you come away from this not just learning and watching, but you feel inspired. You do.
I personally want to say one last thing about this.
Sure.
You don't have to be a soccer fan to enjoy this movie or series. April's dad is not a soccer fan. He's a diehard American football fan. He can't stand soccer. He doesn't understand passing back. But War Eagle. But anyways, soccer, this movie or series is not about soccer. It's about the struggle between the working class and the gentry. Soccer is the setting for this movie.
Right.
So
true.
You don't have to be a soccer fan to really enjoy this movie because it's about working class struggle.
Also, a father and a son. dynamic
you
too.
got that too in there.
So we just have really enjoyed. Y'all have been great. We've heard from you. We're keeping up as quick as we can. Please look forward to a couple coming up, some personal ones. Also, I want to thank everybody who has invited us to screen movies. We have seen many. We cannot review them yet. We're under an obligation that because we got to see them, we have to wait until their terms to release. But wow, there's some good movies coming up.
Yeah. There's a new Tom Berenger movie that we'll tell you all about on May 15th. So.
I love Tom Berenger. Okay.
But anyway, so back to the English game. Both April and I give this series from Netflix 4 stars. It's a must-see, especially if you're a Julian Fellows fan.
Yep.
You'll really love this series.
Shout out to you, Julian. I wrote you a personal letter, and I hope it finds you. Great job, everyone involved with this. It was such a pleasure and an honor to be able to watch this. So thank you. We'll see you on the couch.
And keep yourself safe during this period of the coronavirus. And please tell a friend about the podcast. We really need the support too. Thanks a lot. See you on the couch.
See you soon. Stay safe.